told myself to push and never stop. I've been stressed out, watching both these hands around the clock, with my eyes wide, trying to get the panorama shot. Whole world getting blurry to me, answers getting lost. So I watch my back and keep it moving to the front, and remember that the world's yours, do it how you want. You've been waiting here for too long, think it's time for you to move on. Realize that there's real lies in these real times, so be strong.
I've been waiting all my life, and it was right before my eyes, watching all this time slip by. Now I realize, you know I've been waiting, 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 waiting. But will you wait for me?
Hey guys, welcome to my home gym. So in the intro you saw just the kettlebells, the dumbbells, the bike, the boxing gloves, all that thing. Just a short intro, just so you can see what's in here. And I'm just going to talk about a few things where I've had a few questions about people asking, what should I have in my home gym? So I'm just going to go over that today. First off, let me say this. You don't need a lot to get a home gym started. What I would recommend for anyone is grabbing what's right behind me and grabbing one of these kettlebells. One kettlebell that you're comfortable lifting with, I would recommend that. Learning the right technique and form is the most important thing to be doing, but this is a great start for your home gym. I mean, having all these other things with the trap bar deadlift, the bike, the punching bag, the rings and all that other stuff, that's great, and you will probably get to that. But you don't need to get all the equipment to get started off with. What you want to do is start off with something small, something that's not really expensive, and that you can just comfortably get a lot of work done in. And that's what a kettlebell can do, for sure. I would recommend a kettlebell for the first option of what you're going to buy to get your home gym started. The second thing that I would recommend, if you can, is either invest in a pull-up bar, or what I've done on one of my previous videos that if you've checked it out, go check it out, it's on my Instagram, is investing in some brackets to either hang to the ceiling or you can hang them on a wall, and then you can either set up Olympic rings or you can set up TRX rope, but what I'm getting at is getting a pull-up bar so you can do pull-ups. I think pull-ups are great, or chin-ups, or just hanging is great as well. So those are the two things that I would recommend starting off with, is getting a kettlebell and getting a pull-up bar or some sort of bracket where you can at least hang some Olympic rings off. Both of those things aren't super expensive, and you can just start off with that. Kettlebell first, and then pull-up bar or brackets for Olympic rings. So another question I get asked a lot is, what would you add to your gym? What would you add to your home gym? Keep in mind, this is my garage or garage, and I have to park a car in here. I mean, I don't have to, but I like to. We have two cars, so one stays out on the driveway, one gets parked in here. So the main reason why this whole setup in this whole garage is making sure that we can at least get a car in, and all of our other things are in here as well, like this rack that you didn't really see much of, but it's just the general stuff that would be in a garage, all the stuff that you don't want in your house and stored in the house, and you get a rack and you put all it there, so you know, it saves a bit of space. So ideally, if this was just a setup as a home garage with nothing else in it, there would be a few things that I'd like to add in here. Two pieces of equipment that are cardio wise would be a Airdyne bike, which is the bike where you actually pedal and then you go like this. Hopefully a lot of people have had a chance to go on one of those. Those are extremely hard. I really recommend trying it out. That would be one thing that I'd add to the home gym. The second thing is a rower, just a concept rower. I like both of those exercise pieces of equipment because they're both low impact. You know, you can go outside and get your running in. Don't really need a treadmill, that's a luxury. I know a lot of people have that, but I wouldn't get one. And the other thing that I've never had a chance to try out is a VersaClimber, where you're climbing up. It's like kind of like a ladder motion. I've heard those are great for cardio too. I haven't had the chance to actually check one out, but that would be another thing I'd add. In terms of actual weights or anything, my weights go up to 30 pounds on the dumbbells, so they're not super heavy, but I concentrate more on just mixing up my tempos and rep range, so I'm not too concerned about that. The only other thing would be a squat rack, and that would take out having to hang up brackets up on the ceiling for pull-ups or Olympic rings or anything. I would just add a squat rack so I can just do squats on it as well, and also hang in any TRX rope. That would just take that equation out. But other than that, I mean, with what I've got here, I'm pretty happy with. And this isn't something that I've just spent money on straight off the bat in 1 month. This has all been set up. This has been years. This has been a few years getting all this together, just chipping away at buying a few things, adding things to the gym. Started off with a kettlebell and just went from there. And also, you know, this is my job, so I have to have some equipment that I take to some of my clients that won't be there in the gym that they have where they're at, in their apartment gyms or other gyms that I go to. So I have to bring some equipment that I recommend that they use to enable them to reach their goals, especially with some of my athletes. They need to be moving laterally, so I need to have straps with a resistance band and bungee cords. So those are things that are more specific to athletes and more sports orientated things. But other than that, like I said, I would get a kettlebell and any sort of apparatus where you can hang, do some pull-ups and chin-ups and get started on that. I know that everyone, when they first start doing pull-ups or chin-ups, it's very hard. You can always get that initial setup, and then you can use a band on your knees to help you do the pull-ups. I know that in some gyms they have the ones where you actually put your knees on and they're weight assisted. I'm not a big fan of those. It doesn't actually give you the proper form to actually do a pull-up or a chin-up. I'd recommend the band. So I just wanted to share my home gym with everyone. I know a lot of people have been watching the videos and they're probably trying to look at things around here, just making sure that, you know, things are all good, but they're probably looking at what's in here as well. So I thought I'd just show you briefly and quickly what I've got in here. Yeah, this is the home gym. One other thing, because I'm in Houston, is that it gets really hot in here, and I have no problem with that. I love training in the heat. I know my wife doesn't, but yeah, there's not going to be any AC going on in here anytime soon. That door will stay up if it needs to stay up. If it's early in the morning, I keep it down. And yeah, that's all I've got for today with the home gym. So any questions on getting started on anything with home gyms, or just getting any advice on anything, let me know. All ears. Thanks guys.